Right now on the CBS3 News at 10, fighting racial bias. Duluth city officials reveal their plans to do that after demands from the NAACP. Plus, a pause lifted. After a week of being on the shelves, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is ready to be distributed once again. And helping a growing problem, how one Duluth woman is aiming to put an end to the opioid epidemic.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm John Cardinelli. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. Last month, the Duluth chapter of the NAACP requested changes be made within the Duluth Police Department, and they're specifically calling for an end to systemic racism. And tonight, Duluth's mayor and police chief are addressing those requests. CBS3's Emma Quinn listened into a virtual press conference and shares how city officials plan to make those changes.
In a letter Friday morning, Duluth city leaders shared how they're hoping to reach racial equity in their policing.
Thank you to the Duluth NAACP for being a consistent, strong, loud, focused voice for racial equity, in particular for people of African heritage.
The changes to the department come after a request made by the Duluth NAACP chapter in March. That initial request included ending pretext traffic stops and making data reports available several times a year, among other things. Police Chief Mike Tuskin says they're working to make change.
We are looking to not only do a racial bias audit, but also to consultants who can help us look at this data and data points, and also have give us direction on trends that they see in other places.
The department is also taking part in a 3-year accreditation program called the Commission on Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies, or CALEA.
But it is the gold standard for best practices and policies that we have in this nation. We have audits. We'll have people in our department who are looking at everything we do and then comparing that to best practices.
In addition, Mayor Emily Larson says city leaders will be looking at how they handle cases in the courtroom.
What are we starting to do? What are we doing and starting to collect the data on how are we prosecuting cases? What are we looking at in terms of greater equity within the legal system as well?
The city also plans to conduct a racial bias audit. It will have a member from several city boards, including the African Heritage and Indigenous Commission, take part in that process.
And once completed, Tuskin says the DPD would be the first police department in Minnesota to receive a CALEA accreditation. It will take one of their deputy chiefs about 11 weeks to complete the course, followed by a possibly years-long accreditation process. We reached out to the NAACP for comment. We didn't hear back by news time. Senator Tina Smith attended Daunte Wright's funeral in Minneapolis yesterday. She says everyone deserves to feel safe in their own homes and communities, but that is often not the case for people of color. She says she supports the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which would take steps towards revamping public safety.
There is good progress, I think, happening right now in Washington across party lines to try to find common ground so that we can make real progress on improving public safety in this country, which is the goal of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
Smith says the act takes important steps like banning chokeholds and holding officers more accountable. Authorities have identified the man who barricaded himself inside a home last night, causing a 7-hour standoff with Duluth police. It happened in Duluth's Piedmont neighborhood. The man's name is Jesse Fechner. He's 31 years old and was wanted on significant charges, including criminal sexual conduct. According to police, officers saw Fechner outside the home and tried to arrest him. He ran inside and refused to come out for more than 3 hours. Duluth police called in their tactical response team, who tried to force Fechner to come out. They ended up entering the home and taking him into custody. He's now in the St. Louis County Jail awaiting additional charges. And Derek Chauvin's sentencing date has been set. The former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd will be sentenced on June 16th. Although Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 counts against him, he will only be sentenced on the most serious charge, second-degree murder. State guidance recommends a 12.5-year prison stay for someone who doesn't have a previous criminal record, but the judge could consider a heavier sentence, up to 40 years, if he finds there were aggravated factors like a child being present during the crime. Minnesota's drug epidemic is an ever-growing problem, but one Duluth woman is bringing care and education to people who need it most. Sue Purchase is the director of the Harm Reduction Sisters. Operating out of her Duluth home, Purchase packs paper bags with clean syringes, overdose information, and delivers life-saving products to those in need. Purchase said she helps an average of 10 to 15 people every day and hundreds every week. She describes her service as building a bridge to people in isolation.
You know, I'm non-judgmental, support people where they're at. And, you know, I'm a stranger. I'm not somebody that's going to judge them for what they're saying. Be able to help lend some support, to navigate it, to make it through to the next day.
Her mobile service was recently featured in the Minnesota Department of Health's new podcast series aimed at addressing the evolving opioid epidemic. If you'd like to learn more about the harm of the Reduction Sisters or listen to the podcast featuring Purchase, you can head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Well, Dave, we're going to check in with weather, and what's it looking like out there tonight?
Well, scattered sprinkles have been showering across the region here. Nothing much at any one time, but through persistence may pay off to an accumulation tomorrow morning, especially when things get cooler after midnight and it shifts over towards light snow. We're already seeing lighter snows towards western parts of Minnesota and scattered rain showers for the rest of us. Taking a live look at what's going on up in Virginia, you can see some of the showers have passed through there because the streets are indeed wet. And by tomorrow morning, for many of us, the streets could be a little bit white as we get that chance for a trace to maybe an inch worth of snow. Forecast here tonight says low temps will fall down towards 30, which is supportive of the formation of snow. There's a 70% chance for the rain-snow mix around the region, just in case you haven't seen it yet, and a 70% shot it'll continue through the morning hours. But by tomorrow afternoon, when our high temp tops out around 43, we could get some partial sunshine. Will that last into Sunday? I'll let you know with the extended forecast in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. The CDC and FDA announced they're lifting a pause on the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine immediately, calling the shot safe and effective for most people. The single-shot vaccine was shelved for more than a week due to a small number of rare blood clotting incidents in women. CBS News correspondent Deborah Alfarone has more from the Food and Drug Administration in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Just hours after an expert panel voted to recommend the move, the CDC and FDA are lifting the pause on the use of Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine.
After a thorough review of all available data, the FDA and CDC have concluded that the possibility of the so-called thrombosis-thrombocytopenia syndrome occurring is very low.
In the end, this vaccine was shown to be safe and effective for the vast majority of people.
With the announcement, the vaccine can start going into people's arms again right away. Millions of doses were placed in limbo 10 days ago after several women, most under the age of 50, came down with a rare blood clotting disorder. A few cases were fatal. The FDA and CDC say they will remain vigilant in continuing to investigate the risk. Meanwhile, health officials nationwide are fighting a battle against COVID vaccine hesitancy. The Surgeon General unveiled an initiative, including celebrities and social media.
So we're pairing doctors, scientists, and health officials with influencers and organizations with accounts that can reach millions of Americans.
And New York City's American Museum of Natural History is now also serving as a vaccine site, with the famous blue whale sporting its own vaccination bandage.
It kind of made me feel a lot more comfortable. I mean, I just want to trust the science, and like, what better place than the Museum of Natural History.
Those who get their shot at the museum will also receive a free admission to see the exhibits. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Earlier this week, European regulators allowed the rollout of J&J's shot, saying the benefits outweigh what appears to be a very rare risk. Minnesota's junior senator visited Duluth today, seeing firsthand how COVID relief funding is being used to help the homeless. Senator Tina Smith toured Chum's Hope Clinic and learned more about the Duluth Inn project. Chum is renovating the building using federal funds. When it's completed, it will include 45 units of supportive housing. Smith says she's grateful to learn about the long-term improvements local groups have made using relief money, addressing housing, health, and hygiene.
There is is a direct connection also between housing and health. Housing is health. If you don't have a safe place to live, you cannot be healthy.
Smith says she hopes federal COVID relief funding can be used to address the housing shortage in Duluth and across the Northland. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, SpaceX is continuing to innovate with their technology. Why their space launch today was so special. Coming up.
Today's high temp of 49 degrees missed normal by this much, 4 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to get even cooler, cool enough for some morning snow. We'll talk about how much is going to try to stick coming up after the break.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Bender Shoes anniversary sale is going on now. Shop at your local Benders and save on everything in the store. The newest styles for spring and summer are here. So what are you waiting for? Shop the store-wide sale at Bender Shoes.
Hey Northland, Link RV has just opened a brand new 18,000 square foot service and parts facility to meet all your RV needs. With 12 service bays and our brand new parts showroom, we're sure to have everything you're looking for. Link RV, our reputation is everything.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate available in the GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC and get $5,000 purchase cash on 2021 Sierra light-duty crew cab models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
Welcome to a caring community of older adults living safely in the company of others. Welcome to Benedictine Living Community Duluth. Located on the beautiful campus of the St. Scholastica Monastery, Benedictine Living Community Duluth offers a full range of living options and care services to live a full and healthy life. We are proud of our mission to serve our older adults and their families. We are Benedictine. Visit us today. Benedictine Living Community Duluth. Living fully, living well.
Only 2 miles south of Bayfield, Wisconsin, Port Superior Marina is the premier resort marina on Lake Superior. The Apostle Islands and Chequamegon Bay offer some of the best freshwater boating, fishing, and recreational opportunities in the country. Our service department is staffed with certified technicians year-round to handle all your repair and maintenance needs. Port Superior Marina offers all the services and amenities possible to make sure our members and guest experiences on Lake Superior are the best that they can be. Port Superior Marina is where you depart on adventures together.
Summer's almost here, and with Renewal by Andersen, when you buy more, you save more. Receive 20% off your window and door project, including installation, plus an additional $100 off each unit when you purchase 4 or more windows or patio doors, or $150 off each unit when you purchase 8 or more. With no money down, no payments, and no interest financing for 12 months, that's like getting free windows for a year. Call before April 30th to book your free, no-contact virtual consultation, or visit us at northlandrba.com.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. Yeah, that old axiom is usually true. This picture comes courtesy of Jeff Anderson, my soul brother from Ely. Not really related, but we've known each other since he used to work here at Channel 3, I think back in the 90s. Well, he got this great shot of the precursor to the low pressure systems that are with us tonight, bringing some rain and perhaps by tomorrow morning a little bit of snow as well. I will show you the latest chart on how much we'll try to hit the ground in just a bit. But right now we've got the current conditions from Duluth International Airport. It's 42 degrees, 89% for the relative humidity, north-northwest winds running 8 miles per hour, and our air pressure now is wobbling right where it should be according to the textbooks. Neither high nor low, 29.92 inches of mercury. We could call that a call, which is the technical term for an area of neutral pressure. But I don't think it's going to stay neutral for too long. It's going to dip to the lower side again as twin lows work through the area to bring us upwards of a 70% chance for showers and a couple of snow flurries. Current temps, the upper peninsula, upper 40s, not bad. Anywhere from 44 to 47 or so here for northwestern Wisconsin. The cools, well, actually 42. Down in Hayward, it's only 42, but we've got 46 going on in Superior. So a fairly wide range there. Minnesota numbers like earlier, still holding on to the 40s by the North Shore and through the Twin Ports. but dipping down from Cloquet to the Iron Ranges to border country into the 30s, into the zone of temperatures which will support the formation of the snow, which we do see trying to take shape farther to the west. But for many of us right now, it is still rain shower activity that is with us, and it'll stick around till about noon tomorrow as the front end of the lows bring showers because it's the warm sector, and then the back side of the lows brings in snow showers because that's where the cooler air is. And once the two lows do depart by tomorrow afternoon, snow totals aren't going to be Guinness Book of World Record material, no, but for this time in April, anywhere from a trace to about 1.2 inches is possible across all of our necks of the woods. Okay, tonight, Minnesota forecast. Low temps, a little bit cool for many places inland into the 20s, though many of the rest of us about 30 to 35. 70% chance for the mix, just in case you're not getting it right now. For Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps, lower 30s. 50% chance for the mix, in case your location isn't getting it here at the moment. For tomorrow, Wisconsin and Michigan have a 60% chance for the mix to go through the morning hours into early afternoon. Then it'll start to clear up a little bit. High temps will run 40 to 45, which is about 5 to 8 degrees cooler than normal. Minnesota numbers do about 40 to 45 as well. 70% chance for the morning mix there. And once that goes, maybe partial sunshine Saturday afternoon. It may stick around through Sunday. Then we set the stage for a better chance of precip. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, John. 40 to 70% chances for showers and rain. And the latest charts indicate a pretty good soaker here on Monday, and then just follow-up activity the next 2 days. But the way the fire danger was yesterday, we can use that rain, and hopefully then it lets us get a couple more days worth of breathing room.
Absolutely. I know the rain has been much needed. Seems like we had a dry season this year, so nice to see 3 days of some rain in our forecast.
Yeah, grin and bear it. We do need it.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Dave. 4 astronauts are headed to the International Space Station for a 6-month mission. They launched early this morning in a spectacular pre-dawn liftoff using a recycled SpaceX rocket and capsule. Mark Strassman has the latest from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
The astronauts were met with cheers on their way to the launch pad this morning. They even got a send-off from SpaceX CEO Elon Musk.
Endeavour launches once again.
The international crew, which includes 2 Americans, launched on a mission that's the first of its kind.
We have just passed through max Q.
Around 2.5 minutes after liftoff, already traveling more than 4,000 miles per hour. The reused first-stage booster separated. Roughly 7 minutes after that, the crew entered orbit, more than 125 miles above Earth, where not long ago they had this to say.
We're a couple hours into the flight, making our second lap around the Earth.
Musk said it's the dawn of a new era in space exploration.
It's hard to believe that we're here doing this, quite frankly. Feels like a dream. It's probably good to have a flight or two under its belt for the booster to have flown, once or twice.
NASA astronaut Bob Behnken can vouch for the recycled hardware. He flew in the same capsule to the space station last year. This time, it's his wife, crew member Megan MacArthur. They have a 7-year-old son, Theo.
What does your son think about all the unusual travel both his parents do for work?
He has had, of course, a long duration exposure to all of this. Of course, he recently saw his father launch and then stay on the International Space Station for 2 months. Now, it's mom's turn and I'm going to be gone for 6 months. And when he talks about it, he talks about, well, he's going to go next.
But first, little Theo and his father will get up early tomorrow morning to watch another magical moment. MacArthur and her crew will dock to the space station right around 5 a.m. Mark Strassman, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
And as for the reusable gear, NASA's acting administrator says it absolutely lowers costs, and that could be huge for future launches from U.S. soil. Still to come on Live Local CBS3 as Earth Week comes to an end, we highlight one topic environmentalists are taking a look at.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
It's the final days of tax relief at Home Furniture. When you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief. This sofa is just $836 after tax relief savings. Plus, get 0 down, no interest financing for 12 months. Tax relief savings end Thursday at Home Furniture.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum.
And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 100 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals. Wow, really? Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
The color, the flowers. The whole place looks amazing. I love it.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you.
Thank you. There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get up to $3,300 total savings on an Escape. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Home Seasonal Concepts is open and everything is on sale. Plus, when you spend $4.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief on patio sets, wicker, and fire tables. And zero down, no interest financing for 12 months. 7% tax relief savings at Home Seasonal Concepts.
See the largest selection of Carhartt in the area. Work clothing for men and women at Northwest Outlet.
If it's important to our nation,
The country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation, making politics make sense. The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation on CBS.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
As Earth Week comes to a close, some environmentalists are putting the spotlight on communities of color often exposed to higher rates of pollutants. Michael George introduces us to a climate activist who's keeping the focus on justice and equity across the nation and around the globe.
When the city of New York chose to build this sewage treatment plant in West Harlem, the community, including Peggy Shepard, fought back.
The air emissions, the odors were making people sick. Kids who had asthma were having more attacks.
They successfully sued, and Shepard helped create We Act, an environmental justice group. That was 33 years ago, but their fight against environmental racism continues.
It's still happening today all across this country.
Shepard says pollution often hits minority communities the hardest. Activists point to examples like the drinking water crisis in Flint, Michigan, or congested highways that run right through low-income neighborhoods. Activists in Memphis, Tennessee are currently fighting back against a proposed 49-mile crude oil pipeline that would cut a path through predominantly black neighborhoods.
We are facing one of the most significant environmental justice and environmentally racist projects in the country's present and history.
The human cost of pollution is tough to calculate. It's often hard to see the damage until it's too late.
Poor air quality has led to more COVID deaths. Poor air quality from diesel fuel impacts children's development.
We Act and other environmentalists see spreading the word about these inequalities as a first step.
If we can begin to do that, we may begin to see justice.
Shepard argues federal and state governments must renew efforts to adopt policies that protect the health of black and brown communities. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And coming up in sports, the Twins are looking for their first win in over a week. Kelly Hinseth has the highlights coming up next.
With severe weather hits. Tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Beautify and protect your home with LP Smart Side trim and siding from Jim Pearl Construction. Made in northern Minnesota, LP's engineered wood technology offers superior protection against hail, wind, moisture, and decay. LP combines durability, beauty, and versatility to complement the style of almost any home. And when you hire Jim Pearl Construction, you'll have peace of mind knowing that northern Minnesota's go-to guys for home improvement are on the job, backed by over 50 years of experience.
Get a call from a friend to remind you that you're not alone. Then you know deep down inside it's gonna be alright, alright.
Being vaccinated to me means living with less uncertainty.
Not being afraid of people anymore.
Getting to see my parents again.
Getting the vaccine means I get to see my grandparents.
Maybe even hugging somebody.
Being able to say hi to strangers.
It means more than a person thinks it would ever mean to them.
It's a great time to join the Jeff Foster family. We're proud to announce our new pace-setting driver compensation plan for OTR and regional drivers. We offer a flexible, family-friendly work environment where you are a name, not a truck number. To learn more, please call Layla at 800-669-5043 today.
Helping to make memories for generations. Numi Jewelers.
Each year, thousands of wildfires are caused by burning debris. Homes are lost. Lives are changed. Fires that could have been prevented. Not only is it harmful to the environment, burning garbage pollutes the air we all breathe. Protect your community. Avoid burning or consider alternatives. Compost, recycle, or donate used items to someone who can give them a new life instead of it costing your own. Keep it safe. Keep it clean.
Race in for a great deal now on the Honda CR-V. The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is here.
At UCare, we have something to say to all our members, new and old. Thanks for choosing UCare, giving us more reasons to keep moving forward and doing what we do best, answering questions and helping members make the most of their plan benefits. Because we're simplifiers, decomplicators, and, well, figure-outers. Call or go online. We're here for you. Hey, we're always around somewhere.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It's now been over a week since we last saw the Minnesota Twins win a game, coming off a dismal series with the Oakland Athletics from earlier this week. A win would go a long way tonight for morale, if anything. Back at home, taking on the Pirates, bottom of the third. Never bet against Williams Astudillo. La Tortuga lifts one high and gone for the solo shot. Twins' first run of the game and the Turtles' first of the year to give them the 1-0 lead. And off the bat of Jake Cave, same spot. Different time. Bottom of the fifth, Cave takes this one to left field and makes it a 2-0 Twins game with a solo shot of his own. On the bump, though, we got to talk about Jay Happ. No, do not come for him, haters. The man was dealing a no-no through 7. Here he gets one looking, was 5 out shy of the no-hitter. 95 pitches, 51 strikes. Finally lost in the 8th, but still, he gets the win. Twins win 2-0. And here locally, rain or shine, we go to Wade Stadium for the crosstown rival game between the Duluth East Greyhounds and the Duluth Denfeld Hunters. Bottom of the second, Dylan Gray with the rip to left, giving Max Devlin a ticket on home for the score, now making it a 1-run game. Then the Greyhounds again, this time it would be Garrett Johnson for the center shot and a base hit. The Hunters would light it up and answer offensively with Corey Miller. Doubles to right field. Miller locking his heels to secure his play at second. He is safe and hyped up. The hype for the Hunters, though, doesn't last long. The Greyhounds grabbed the 8-4 victory today in the upset. History was made this afternoon at Ordine Stadium. Duluth East hosted a track and field meet for the schools across the conference. On the track for the 100-meter dash, Cloquet's Reese Sheldon neck and neck with his own, but takes first place by 3/10 of a second with 11.3 seconds. Lumberjacks leading in the hurdles as well. Eiley Benson and Abigail Brown would go head-to-head through the finish line with just 1/10 of a second between their finish. There's nothing like competing at home. However, today was much sweeter for Duluth East. Alexander Niska, the senior and NDSU commit, not only wins her race, but she breaks the school record with a time of 12.6 seconds. Stay tuned for more on her story next week. Final results for the girls. Cloquet sails to a first-place team finish with 91.5 points, followed by East and Denfeld. Boys results much the same. Cloquet racks 90 up with the first-place finish. And football in the springtime. Superior football team forged on with their spring season tonight down in Sparta. A battle of the Spartans. Sparta was up 7-0 at the half. And in the third quarter, a 66-yard option around the edge grabs them a 14-0 lead. But Superior responded with a touchdown just 6 minutes later. And then late in the fourth, they tie it up at 14 apiece. So the ball goes back to Sparta. They're driving down into the red zone with just over 17 seconds left, looking to be in position to win it. But Superior gets a tackle inbounds. Time expires, and we're on to overtime. Sparta punches in their opening possession for a touchdown. Superior needs to score, and while facing 4th and 8, they run a reverse to speedster Carter Fonger. He moves the sticks. 2 plays later, Fonger bounces it outside to the strong side. Sparta has him bottled up, or do they? Fonger cuts it back and beats everybody to the pylon. Touchdown, Superior, and guess what? Bob DeMayer opts to go for 2. And the win. Dials up a quarterback keeper, and his battle-tested senior, Caden Kimmis, walks it off. Superior wins the battle of the Spartans, 22-21, the final. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe,
it's great to know Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
Please help us protect people with disabilities and other vulnerable Minnesotans of all ages from COVID-19.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive plus up to 33 miles per gallon, an available 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an available extra-large touchscreen. The best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Lease the new 2021 Subaru Outback for $249 a month. 4710 Miller Truck Highway, online at millerhill.com.
Attention everyone on Medicare. Did you know that millions of Americans over 65 on Medicare may not be getting all the benefits they deserve right now in 2021? With all the news about the virus and vaccines, everyone eligible for Medicare is encouraged to call 800-758-2204 now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review. 2021 is here. You may be able to save money and receive additional benefits like home prescription delivery and expanded at-home telehealth visits. Call now to find out if you're eligible for a plan that includes benefits like free hearing aids, free eyeglasses, free meal delivery, and free rides to medical appointments. You may also be eligible for $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, or $0 copays, plus benefits including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. You don't get these savings and additional benefits automatically, so call now. There is no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Call 800-758-2204. 800-758-2204.
There are a lot of choices when it comes to automotive care, but how can you find someone you trust? At East End Auto, our customers have trusted us for the past 20 years to provide them with the best auto care. As your area's full-service repair shop, with the most modern equipment available to us, and backed by a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty, honesty is what our customer relationships are built upon.
Locally family-owned and operated. Stop out to see why East End Auto is the community's trusted auto repair home.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Well, Dave, you got me earlier. We know the rest of the night's going to be dark, but what's the weather looking like tonight?
Well, it's looking like that could be on the light side, light as in snow showers coming down. John, you got me back, so we're even, huh? 70% chance for rain-snow mix overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we should give way towards partial sunshine. Hold on to that through Sunday. High temperatures in the mid-40s is cooler than normal. And then come Monday, it'll be cloudy again with a good chance for a soaking rain that may stick around for a couple of days.
All right, thanks, Dave. Have a good night.